Trump called me Boy Scout, but it turns out he meant it as an insult, says Paul Ryan. Outgoing House Speaker Paul Ryan says he used to think the president was praising him when he called him a Boy Scout until the GOP-controlled legislature started passing legislation and President Trump said he'd stop using the nickname. The Wisconsin congressman, who has had a mixed relationship with the president, told the New York Times in an exit interview-style profile, "L thought it was a compliment. I guess he meant it as an insult all along," Ryan said. "I didn't realize." It took some time for Ryan to catch on, but he indicated in the interview that he now understands the bombastic president's style. Take Trump's news conference in July with Russian President Vladimir Putin, where the American president seemed to let the opposing leader off the hook for election meddling that the intelligence community says the Kremlin directed. "I thought it was a really bad press conference," Ryan said, echoing what many in his party have suggested or outright said. He said of the fiasco and the president's tweets blaming the media for bad coverage, "Trump just likes to troll you guys by making statements that send his critics into a tailspin. Trump just wants to see your heads explode, and he just wants you to spend the next 12 hours talking about this," he said. Ryan clarified that he was referring to the people who don't like him and the non-Trumpers. He admitted that sometimes he's part of the group that's being trolled. Yet he also revealed in the profile that the president typically calls after television appearances to compliment him. He said he thought I looked good, Ryan told writer Mark Leibovich after a call with the president that interrupted their interview. The president had also called to get on the same page with the Speaker of the House about trade. Trump would be meeting the next day with the same group of European officials that Ryan had spoken to on Capitol Hill. President Trump's tariffs have irked some on the right, especially the free traders who believe the U.S. should lead the way in removing barriers instead of using retaliatory tactics. Trump's brand of politics has split the Republican Party and is expected in November to make or break the party's majority. The president says that against the odds, the party with the Oval Office often suffers at the ballot box in midterm elections, that he believes there will be a red wave. It wouldn't be the first time he was correct about the polls versus reality. After all, few but Trump and his followers predicted that he'd win the 2016 presidential election. "It was shocking to me," Ryan told the New York Times of Trump's ascension. "I didn't see it coming. It threw me off." Ryan refused in 2016 to campaign for the Republican candidate for president after Trump's hot mic Hollywood access tape hit the internet. He has worked with Trump as Speaker, though, to implement their shared goals. The former Ways and Means Committee chairman was a driving force behind Republicans' tax cut legislation. "I think some people would like me to start a civil war in our party and achieve nothing," he said of criticism that he's been too easy on the Republican president since Trump took office. By working with the president instead of against him, Ryan said he's been able to help guide Trump away from tragic actions. "I can look myself in the mirror at the end of the day and say I avoided that tragedy, I avoided that tragedy, I avoided that tragedy," Ryan said. "I advanced that goal, I advanced that goal, I advanced that goal." He declined to say what potential tragedies he was referring to in the comments. The outgoing speaker told The Times, "I'm very comfortable with the decisions I've made," adding, "I would make them again, do it again the same way."